Hi Jordan, this is Jeff. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at your two documents and your lesson plans, and of course the other grid that we were asked to complete, and give you a critique on both of them. So here I go. Okay, so right away I'm looking across the top. Looks like we're looking for a title, what type of interaction that you're going to be using, and then of course a summary with a web address, and then 2 to 3 paragraphs, and then clearly state your objective and intended income. And it looks like they've also asked you to separate your paragraphs as well. So straight away, when I look to see the title of Math Baseball, right away you say it's interactive. You even include the grade levels, K through 5. Great job. I think that's something that I didn't do, and I think I need to do that. And then also the content. So you actually went over and above to say what kind it was. It was math. And then, of course, you did check your links, and your links do work. And then, of course, you went ahead and wrote 2 paragraphs, just like she said. She's expecting, and then 5 to 7 or 5 to 6 sentences, and they were separated. So another thing she's looking for is 10 of these. So 2 of them, it looks like they have to be interactive in nature, meaning that the students do something at the site in addition to reading or looking at pictures. They could be anything from games, quizzes, and puzzles. That is something I try to kind of clarify in my head when I was doing it, because I was like, oh, geez, what's what's information and what's supplemental, what's the difference, between some of these. And so I guess that was the harder part for me is differentiating which sites that I could use to follow those categories. But right away, it looks like you did use a teacher use. It's pattern time. And then you've done another interactive, another teacher use. So there's 2 of those: informational, interactive, and looks like 7. And you numbered them too. So that was also something that I thought that was really cool that you did, as you went ahead and numbered them. Once again, that's something that I didn't do, and that's something I may certainly do with this as well. So I like that you've got one that's ELA, so you included that as well. It looks like you not only were choosing sites that fell under those 3 different categories that Dr. Massey was asking us to do, but you also went over and above, and you were choosing sites to reach a diverse audience. So really good job on that. I did notice that. So really good job. I don't have a lot of opportunities with this one, because you did go over and above a couple of the requirements. Really good job with that. So let's go ahead and move on to the second part of this, and that is going to be, if we go move over here to your lesson plan. So you chose an ELA, which is actually one of the topics that you did mention with the previous document. And it looks like you're going to do multiple disabilities between 9th grade and 12th grade, and with reading comprehension. Wow. And of course, with this one, you did go ahead and list out those CD and ISTE nets. Looks like 3 standards, and then your evidence outcomes are very clear. A student demonstrates interest in different kinds of literature, such as fiction, nonfiction, books, poetry, and a range of topics. And then, of course, maintaining the intention as well. And your objectives are clear. The time allotments, you include the link that you're going to be working with Smartboard. Good for you. Instructional materials are all there. Let me see. They need crayons, color pencils, markers. Okay, technology. Let's take a look at your technology side of things. So very good. The only thing I might want to just add maybe to this, it's not really something bad. It's just something that I've noticed when I was creating my lesson plans is being that I'm going remote starting on Monday, I really needed to differentiate. I really needed to have a list of technology and list of materials that were specific for in-person and specific for online. And I noticed that did certainly differ. I did add Jamboard as one of those sites that we could use because it does allow you to to use markers and to use writing utensils and to teach. There's just a lot of what you mentioned in here as far as pencils, some kind of coloring supplies, crayons, color pencils, and markers. That's all within Jamboard. So just a suggestion, if you want to go check it out, I would maybe, separate your, just list out your instructional materials separately, one for in-person and one for online. Differentiation, you filled that out perfectly. Student's name, justification, strategies. You were super clear in what your expectations were, and I like that you've expanded a note on some of those other students, especially with the population that you're working with. You really have done a very good job with including bigger text font to help me see. That's huge, and you could do that, and you could also do that with the computers as well. You can make it look bigger and increase the font, and there's certain ways you can do that depending on what program you're on. Scope and sequence, I really like how you just broke down those times. It's really easy to see. That is certainly something I think I may even adapt for myself, because sometimes mine can be a little bit harder to read. And this, you make it just so easy to read, including your proficiencies. And then you went out and spent some extra time adding the rationale, and references are exactly in APA, and they're alphabetized as well. So really good job. Thank you very much for allowing me to critique your lesson plan, and of course the other side of things here with all of your links. And I hope you have a really good night, and that concludes my critique. Thank you. Bye.